Nearly 4 years after the Dobbs decision, still a huge crowd here at this year's March for Life, all with seemingly a unified message that the work is far from over. From the stage,
let's go march!
To the crowd.
We got to make sure it just stops completely everywhere.
Pro-life advocates came from across the nation to this year's March for Life, laser focused on the next mission.
If you're out there talking to the activists, a lot are excited, but they also have a laundry list of things still not done to check off.
That includes ending abortion at the state level and cutting off access to medications that end pregnancies. Since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, 12 states have moved to provide constitutional protection for abortions. The result? More than 1 million of the procedures performed within 1 year, from July 2023 to June 2024. That's higher than in the years before the landmark decision. Researchers point to patients' ability to travel across state lines to obtain the procedure, so-called shield laws that make it possible in states where it's banned, and the increase in medication abortions.
There are no guardrails on the abortion drugs mifepristone and misoprostol. Women are ordering them online. Sometimes it's men, coercive men. There's no verification of who's getting them.
Dr. Ingrid Scott tells CBN News it's difficult to track the actual number of medication abortions, with some of the pills coming from overseas.
They're being delivered in the mail, often into pro-life states like Texas. So no testing beforehand, no doctor to walk with a woman through the abortion.
Advocates are looking for more help from the Trump administration.
The pro-life cause is alive and well in the Republican-controlled House and Senate.
In January, a group of GOP lawmakers called on the White House to reverse Biden-era FDA regulations, allowing abortion medication to be prescribed via telehealth.
You can't say it should be a state issue and sit on the sidelines while the federal government, through an agency, is sending the pill that undercuts everything people at the state have worked for.
Many advocates say time is of the essence.
When you tell a pro-life activist, oh yeah, the FDA investigation into chemical abortion pills is ongoing, just be patient, wait a couple more months, that's more lives that will be ended.
Dubbed the most pro-life president in history, some have questioned the administration's commitment in his second term. That feeling grew after the president's suggestion Republicans be, quote, flexible on the Hyde Amendment, a measure first passed in 1976 that prohibits taxpayer dollars from funding most abortions.
This is a red line. And I think you saw the pushback from Republicans. The speaker pushed back on it. I think you're going to see increasing pushback on this because this is something that 2/3 of Americans agree with.
Despite recent grumblings from some inside of the pro-life movement, the overwhelming response to the Trump administration was positive today. Still, when you talk to folks on the ground, there's this undercurrent of those wanting more.
I think a lot of what they're doing is fantastic. Defining abortion as not only a medical procedure, but also as a kind of chemical procedure like the pill has been advertised as. I think that would be a big thing.
Vice President J.D. Vance addressed what he called the elephant in the room, listing the administration's accomplishments and reminding the audience change takes time.
And I remember friends of mine who spent their entire lives fighting for the unborn without ever seeing the victories that have accumulated in recent years. My friends, I'd ask you to look where the fight for life stood just 1 decade ago. And now, look where it stands today.
For many, this doesn't rely solely on the White House. The Pregnant Students' Rights Act, currently making its way through Congress, would ensure pregnant students are fully aware of their rights. Crisis pregnancy centers are making a difference with more than 2,600 facilities nationwide. Then there's the involvement of grassroots groups like Every Life, a company that's donated more than $8 million to moms in need.
We know when we donate these diapers, they're not just sitting in warehouses, they're not just sitting in pregnancy centers, they're going into the hands of moms who desperately need to know that people care for them and love them, and it can help them choose life for their child.
And that's the overall message, that all levels of society need to work together to generate true change. Amber Strong, CBN News.